Hello guys, welcome back. Today I'm gonna be doing what I'm pretty sure is the first guide to making a local Hytale server. The source for my guide is this website. I'll have it linked in the description. And I'm gonna be taking links from this, so you better look out for that. So first, you want to make sure that you've got the right version of Java. So you have to have Java 2025-10-21. Mine doesn't match that. So what I'm going to do is do what they recommend, which is use Adoptium. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the .msi. Alright, so now that that's downloaded, I'm going to run the .msi file. Alright, so you just want to follow all of the steps. I'm probably going to have to. So now when I do java -- version, we've got the right version. This is the latest version. So you can either use manually copy from the launcher installation, which is easy to set up, but then it's really difficult to like update it once you've got it set up. And for the launch day, and like as of recent, I'm pretty sure they're going to be updating. They've already released one patch for the game, so they're going to be updating it a lot. So what I would recommend is using the Hytale CLI. So you want to go to their website, the website that's linked down in the description, and you want to click on downloaded.zip. Now you want to unzip this. And then you want to copy this directory and type it into there with CD at the beginning. And you just got to double click this exe file. Or if you want, you can do /Hytale downloader. Now you want to copy this, go here, and I'm going to put this link. And then I press approve. You might have to do a security check. Sometimes that happens, sometimes it doesn't, and then you sign in, and then it will say that your device has been authorized correctly. Now it will download the latest release. So in my case, this is the latest release for me, and it will put it in the directory that you're in. So in this case, Hytale downloader, and you've just got to wait for the download to happen. One more thing to note is that you should try to host your server on the fastest internet possible. If it means using an Ethernet cable, that would be preferable. Now what you want to do is unzip the file. So you want to extract all. And one thing to note is that if you have any updates, you want to just copy the update folder, go into the update folder, copy the contents of the update folder. So I'm going to do this right here. You want to drag this, you want to do Control-C, and then you want to go into your non-updated folder and do Control-V. And that should replace all of the required update stuff in your server. So now that we've got this, we can get rid of the zip file. You can keep it, you can get rid of it, it doesn't really matter. And now none of the websites or anything told me, and the entire reason why I'm making this tutorial is because you actually have to be inside the server folder. So you want to copy this CD and then paste that in there. You have to be in here in order for the Hytale server.jar to work. So you've got to copy this command, the start server command from the website. You paste this in, and then when it says path to assets.zip, you have to go out of here. You copy this part, you delete path to access.zip, you paste this in your location, and then you do \, capital A for assets, .zip. You have to include the assets.zip, and it cannot be spelt wrong, otherwise the entire thing will break. Now what you want to do is just press enter. It will do a bunch of servery stuff. If you did everything correct, the server will load. Now the thing is, you have to do /auth login to authenticate. The Hytale server manual also does not specify this, but you have to do /auth login, and then you have to type device afterwards. They don't make this clear. So now they give you the verification code. You go to a new tab and you paste that code in, and you press approve to this device again, because the server has to have a Hytale account. Otherwise, you cannot do this. You have to have a Hytale account for the server to work. So now your server should be working. So you can just test this by opening Hytale. And now what you want to do is you want to go to servers, direct connect to test, and you just set your address. So if you're joining on the same device, you want to do localhost, and the default port is 5520, but you can specify a different port if you've already got one server and you want to have multiple. At the end of your path to assets, you can bind a new one with 0.0.0 : and then your desired port. So you want to do localhost : and then your port. So in my case it's 5520 because I haven't changed anything. You click connect. Now you see in the background it's doing a bunch of stuff. If there's a bunch of reds, just ignore that, because what matters is if it works, and at the moment it has worked. Right, so here's the server. It's working fine. Now obviously, when you're making a server, you don't want to just play it locally. You actually want to play it with friends. So what you want to do is watch a separate tutorial to set up playit.gg. Click add tunnel. And then you have to set the tunnel type to UDP, not TCP. And then the port count will be 1, and the local port will be 5520. Or whatever you've set it to, but 5520 is the one that Hytale defaults to. And then you press add tunnel, and now boom, you have your Hytale tunnel. And you can connect to it with this. So it's mailingplaza.gl.at.ply.gg for me. It'll be different for you. This will work on Linux and Windows. I don't think Mac OS works though. I hope you enjoyed this guide. This is the first one of its kind. Make sure to subscribe because this took a lot of hard work, and I even had to consult someone on the Hytale Discord server. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. This is very different to what I usually do, but stay tuned if you want to see something new. Bye.